It is time to do a Boys of Tommen reread. I must admit, it feels a little weird not saying welcome to Vlogmas, yada yada yada. Also, rudely interrupted. What is happening? What in the world? Let's try that again. It feels very weird starting a vlog without saying Vlogmas or any of that. But this is one of my first vlogs back. I don't know when this is going up, so I don't know in reality what timeline you guys are getting. But I will say, I think I mentioned it in one of the Vlogmas vlogs that I was going to do a reread of Boys of Tommen starting in January. And I must admit a few things. I did start Binding 13, and I got to chapter 9. I don't know how many pages that is, but I got to chapter 9. And then I had questions. So then I reached out to my gal pals that are also reading this and doing a reread. And I was like, I have questions. And I asked them my questions. And the more we thought about things, we then started pulling out all the other books. So then on deck, I guess, I had these two books, which is Releasing 10 and Taming 7. And then a little light bulb flickered in my little brain. And I said, I feel like we should be reading these backwards. Meaning, instead of starting with book number 1, we should indubitably, I don't know how to say that word correctly, should be starting with book number 6, which is the latest release. And then that flickered another light bulb, and we were like, what if we do a tandem? I think that's what it's called. I think that's how you say it. A tandem read. So then that triggered another little light bulb, and I went to the TikTok app where I decided to put in there tandem read for Boys of Tommen, and somebody by the name of Jenna B. I am going to tag her TikTok, or not tag it. I'm going to add her TikTok in the link down below in the description box, because she did the Lord's work. Let me tell you, because there is a PDF of 9 pages long with the timeline for Boys of Tommen. So this tells us how to read the book, when to read what book, what chapters of the book, and my heart couldn't be happier, if I'm being honest, because I am ready. I am ready to dive into this series and reread it and live it through again. Now, I did not record the first time I read these because I just didn't. But please believe me when I say that Boys of Tommen completely and utterly destroyed me to shreds. It hit me like a ton of bricks, so much so that it was a topic of conversation in therapy for such a long time. It uncovered wounds. It made me feel some type of way. And it's so interesting to me how books can have such an effect. As an author, I mean, that's amazing. But as a reader, it sucks, right? I will say that my therapist, I think it was my therapist, or maybe it was somebody else, said that the reason why these books hit so hard is because you're healing. I'm healing. And I love that, because it's true. I am healing. And even though I hated it because I felt silly crying over books, it made me feel seen, if you will. But anyways, okay, so the timeline goes as follows. I'm not going to give you exactly what it is. I'm just going to give it to you in blocks. So we start with Releasing 10, and then we read the prologue to Taming 7. And then we're going to flip-flop between releasing 10 and saving 6, all the way until redeeming 6 gets introduced, which is at the end of releasing 10 and saving 6. So when those end, redeeming 6 and binding 13 come into play. And then we're going to flip-flop between those two pretty much until we are done with both of these books. And then we're going to go into keeping 13. Oh, actually, no. We're going to then bounce back and forth between keeping 13 and redeeming 6 for a bit. We're going to flip-flop. And then once those are done, taming 7 is going to come in the picture. And this Boys of Tommen series is going to conclude in Taming 7, September 2005 through January 6, 2005, which is chapters. I think that's a typo. Oh, wait, no. It might be a typo. So the Boys of Tommen timeline ends with Taming 7, chapters 17 through 84. And that's where we're going to conclude the series. And hopefully, by then, we will have a new release. Also, I just saw myself right there. And this is crazy. I don't think I ever had this amount of books, a timeline, a laptop, anything of the sort when I was doing like college work, university work. And let me tell you, I have a master's degree. So this is crazy. This is like beyond what my thesis for my master's degree was, which is crazy. But I love it. I love it. I love it. So now let's move on to the books. I like how I ended that clip just to start it again in the same place because I'm not moving places. But anyway, I am already started with releasing 10. I will about 50 pages in, not too bad. And I'm already hating life. Everybody has already pissed me off, and I just cannot believe some things that are in this book because it's insane. And if you've read it, you know, you know. Also, I should preface by saying that, or preface, not preface. I should preface. My accent came out. Oh no. It's okay. I should preface by saying that although I'm going to try to not give spoilers, this is a reread and there might be spoilers. And for that, I do apologize. I will definitely put in the title of the video, include spoilers just in case I do slip one in there without me noticing. At least I have a disclaimer about it. But I am rereading this. I'm annotating. Actually, I've already done some from the first time. All those tabs are from the first time that I read it. But now I'm underlining and I'm putting notes, and it's a different ballpark, and I'm going into it with a different mindset, different mentality, but it still pisses me off because this book is going to get under your skin and it's going to tear you apart, quite literally. But what I did want to discuss here is I don't know how to do the reread for video purposes. So I think what I'm going to do, I've already read this much and I've already had a lot of reactions, so I might just start here. Who cares? And I'm going to read in blocks. I'm going to create blocks here, and that's how I'm going to put the videos together. So one page might be a video, honestly. It might take me 9 videos to conclude this, and that's fine. Just because I feel like videos that are very, very long with people like the read with me videos, I get bored and I click away. But I also want to document this process because it's going to be very intense, and I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. I am ready to go. I already feel like this video is boring, but I'm super duper excited deep down inside that it's okay. It's okay if you guys are bored. I hope you're bored and continue to watch the video because, yeah. So yeah, I think that's just how we're going to do it. And I'm just going to record myself sitting on my couch, reading, reacting, maybe sending voice memos to my friends, because I am doing this reread with two friends of mine, Yaya and Jen. And the voice memos are going to be insane. So I might record myself sending them something here and there or whatever. But just the reaction of it, because, and also things coming back together. I feel like this video is all over the place, but the way, sorry, I completely froze there. The way things were falling into place with Binding 13 as I was reading it, and I was only into chapter 9, which is 100 pages in, was crazy. Now, reading this, which I'm only 50 pages in, or whatever. Yeah, 50? Okay, 50, I'm on page 54. Like, the way things are coming together and the way I'm seeing things from a different perspective, because I already know what happens, it's enlightening. I love it. So I want to share that and I want to capture that. I'm thinking I will be reading, annotating, obviously doing commentary for myself probably. And we'll see how that goes. But if you are in here for the ride of the reread, the tandem reread of Boys of Tommen, please, please, please hit the subscribe button, because you don't want to miss out any video. This is just a little teaser, if you will, and just a quick little attempt at goal setting here and letting you guys know what is coming, because it's a new year. And honestly, I haven't done any recording because I just haven't. So that changes now. And as promised, we are going into the trenches of Boys of Tommen. I am excited to see what comes out of this. I am excited to navigate this world and not do it alone. I read Releasing 10 with Jen the first time around. We didn't read the series together. We started different timelines, or different timelines of our lives. But I did have her to talk about the books. The only one we did read together and we did talk about was Releasing 10. But now that it's Jen and Yaya, I am so freaking stoked to have people to talk to about this and just like bounce things around, because dare I say, Chloe Wash is the Taylor Swift of books. Like, this is some next level stuff. And as an author, man, I wish I was Chloe Wash. I wish I can get into her head and kind of tear it apart, because, yeah. So anyway, with that being said, the next video on the Boys of Tommen reread is going to be me reading Releasing 10. And I think we're just going to do this first page. Again, I am going to link Jenna's TikTok page in the description box below, and she has a PDF for the timeline, so you guys can go follow her, go look for her, and you can download the timeline for yourselves. And I'm going to do it that way because I am giving credit where credit is due. And again, she did the Lord's work. Jenna, if you are watching this for whatever reason, girl, I owe you big time, because I would have never sat down to do this. You are the real MVP. But yeah, anyways, let me know if you are going to join the reread. I keep adding things, but I'm thinking I might do videos here and there on TikTok if you guys would want to follow me there and keep updated with that. But other than that, it's just going to be on here. I can probably do updates on my Instagram or something. I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, let me know in the comments down below if you are doing a reread of Boys of Tommen. Have you done a reread of the Boys of Tommen? Have you read the Boys of Tommen? And also, have you dipped your toes into a timeline read. And how did you like it? Did it make more sense? Did it feel different? I don't know. I'm excited to know what this is all going to look like at the end. Everything once is said and done. But until next time, leave a comment down below, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, Book Amigos, because this is going to be a wild, wild read. Until next time, toodles!